What do you make of the first 41 days of the US's new foreign policy? Is it good for India? Is it good for the world?
Well, it's interesting. And I think, and some of it, I must say in all honesty, is not surprising. If you actually tracked it and assume that most of the time, political leaders at least do much of what they promise to do. They do not always succeed, or they do not always get everything they want, but as a general principle, when people, when political forces or political leaders have an agenda, and particularly if it is one which they have developed over a fairly long period of time and have been very articulate, even passionate about it, then I think much of what we have seen and heard over the last few weeks was to be expected. So I'm a little surprised that people are surprised. Now, that said, is it good for India? In many ways, I would say yes. My Prime Minister was in Washington about 2 weeks ago. I had accompanied him. I was myself there for the presidential inauguration. And when I look at our interests and our expectations of the relationship, I think there's a lot of promise we see there. Conceptually, I think we see a president and an administration which, in our parlance, is moving towards multipolarity. And that is something which suits India.
When you say that they are moving towards multipolarity, do you mean accepting or even encouraging there being many poles of power in the world?
I think practicing, and by practicing, promoting. That, since 1945, one tends to think and talk about the United States as US and the Western world. So it's more like a bloc rather than a nation. I think what is quite clear is the US's own self-perception is now more as a nation and perhaps a little less as a bloc. Not entirely, as one and not the other, but definitely the needle has moved